Hi, Prabhu here. Today we will see about creative course project of self-illuminated object in Maya 2017 using Arnold Render Engine. The final output is look like this. I hope you like it. Stay tuned. Okay, before we get into the actual project, we need to know about basic parameters of self-illuminated object. So go to create panel, polygon primitives, disable the interactive creation. So that means when I click on polyplane, it will automatically created in center of grid. Press R and scale big like this. Now click on polysphere, so it will automatically created in center of grid. Press R and scale big. Go to front view and press W and move the object above the grid like this. Go to perspective. I want to increase number of subdivisions, so go to poly inputs, polysphere inputs. I will give subdivisions to 30 to smooth this object. So select this object. Before that, open your Arnold render view. So here we didn't see anything. If you want to see this object in Arnold render view, you at least need one light source for view our object. So now I right click and choose assign new material and choose Arnold AI standard for this polysphere. So in AI standard, here you need to scroll down. So here we have emission option. So expand this. So now you didn't able to see anything. When I increase my emission scale, so that means this object will be self-illuminated. So now I scale this plane much more. So the object will be emit himself. So now I increase my scale. It will increase our illumination distance. See here. So you also able to scale this, change the color of our illumination like this. So now we have lot of noise over here. See here, when I zoom in, you able to see lot of noise. So it will be clean by our render settings. When you didn't have any light source, the noise will be happen much more. So this is illuminate by this object, so why the noise will be high. So it will be clear by render settings. So I will select this particular region to render. So hold shift plus left mouse button, click and drag to render this region. So now go to render settings. Here I want to go to Arnold renderer. Here you need to increase the diffuse up to 10. So that means it will reduce our lot of noise. See here. And then you need to increase camera AA samples up to 6. So it will takes huge render time, but we need, for this particular scene, we must apply some huge values to clear our noise. So now I render the full region. So I will uncheck this one to render our full region. Okay, it's render completed, but it takes huge render time because I will give camera AA samples to 6 and diffuse to 10. So when you have self-illuminated object in your scene, it creates lot of noise for us. So it will be removed by camera AA samples and by diffuse. So I didn't have any glossy object in my scene, so I will leave it default. Okay, so now you understand about basic concept of self-illuminated object. So now we get into the actual project. Here we have some examples to use this self-illumination. So I will open my browser. So go to Google and choose images. Here you need to type glowing space 3D and press enter. So here we have lot of examples, so I will choose my first one. So click on this one. So this is done by any 3D software like Maya or Cinema 4D or 3ds Max. So using same option called self illumination as we see before. So now we want to mimic this project. So open your Maya, go to polygon, click on polyplane. It will automatically created in center of grid. Press R and scale big. Like this, you want to scale in Z and scale in X like this, and press W. You want to move this one, so it will place exactly when the grid started in Z position. So press R and scale even big, and press W and move like this, and press R and scale in X little bit. So I didn't want any divisions, so go to polyplane 1 and give subdivision width and height to 1. So now click on polysphere. It will automatically created in center of grid and scale little bit big. So go to front view and press W. You want to move this object above the grid in Y. Go to perspective view. So I want to move this one in front side. So now I want multiple divisions. So go to channel box and layer editor and choose polysphere 1 and rename this object. So you need to give 40 divisions. So and rename this object. Select this object and go to window and choose outliner. So because we have lot of duplicate, so this one is sphere underscore sphere 01 like this. This one is ground, so ground 01 like this. So I will close my outliner. So now I open my reference image. So here we have two colors. So one thing is black, another thing is white. So this is self illuminated. So now I want to apply first black color. Right click and choose assign new material and choose Arnold AI standard. Here you need to rename this object as black underscore, enter. So now go to diffuse color. So you want to drag the slider all the way to black. So you need to give pure black. So select this object and go to front view. So right click and choose face. So you need to select the 4 rows on top and 4 rows on bottom. So like this, go to perspective view. So you need to select 4 rows of face. Right click and choose assign new material in Arnold AI standard. So that means it will choose our white color and rename this object as white underscore and press enter. So now we need to set our camera view. So click spacebar. So that means it will switch over to 4 views. I will click and drag on this viewport. So that means you have only 2 views. Here you need to set our camera view. Go to rendering and click on create cam. It automatically created in center of grid. Now go to panels, perspective and choose camera 1. So and then you need to adjust our camera. So like this. Now go to view, camera settings and choose overscan. View, camera settings and choose resolution gate. So don't show this edge of our plane. So I will zoom in little bit. So I will select this one and move on like this and press R. I will scale little bit smaller. So go to front view over here. I want to move this one little bit in Y. So like this. So now I want to render this scene. So I will select this view and go to Arnold and choose Arnold Render View. So in default the Arnold Render will render our perspective camera. So go to render and choose camera. So you need to choose camera shape 1. So I see nothing because we didn't have any light source. That means you need to increase our emission. Go to perspective view. So I will move this one on this side. So I will select this view, select this sphere object and go to and find white AI standard. So as we did earlier, here you need to increase the emission. So go downside, here you need to expand this emission option and then scale this one. So now I will click on this play to see our render. See here, it will render so like this. So as we see here, so this one is little bit slanting, so why it will not shows round shape. So but this is the basic concept, but here we see it will be rendered as multiple colors. So it will not happen by this emission, so it will happen by the ground plane. So that means select this object, right click and choose assign new material. So select the plane and choose assign new material and choose AI standard. Here you need to go to diffuse. Here you need to give a ramp shader in color. Click on this one and choose in 2D texture as ramp. So if you want to see over here and press 6 in keyboard, so that means you able to see over here. So I want U ramp, so that means it will apply over here. So I want to choose this color as, so you need to see here, so red and then pink and then blue and then sky blue like this. So that means here I need red color. So that means you able to see here it will be render as red. So and then pink. So click on this over here and choose pink. And then I will drag this one a little bit. So I will add another one as sky blue. So and then add another one as blue. So add another one as green. So you will place multiple option like this. So add another one as yellow, add another one, so again red, so like this. So you need to add multiple colors over here. So and then I will adjust my camera view little bit. So now I want to select this object, I want to increase my emission rate. So go to white AI standard. So and then you need to increase the emission up to 1. So and then you need to increase little bit of reflection for this black object. So see here we have see reflection on this object. So that means I will select this object and go to black AI standard. Here you need to give specular weight to 1. So I didn't want any roughness, so I will give roughness to 0. So that means you able to see the reflection over here. So now we want to make multiple duplicates of this object. So now go to top view over here. So I will select this object and press Ctrl D to duplicate. I want to move. So click play button to render this one. So now you able to see the object reflection over here. So and then I want to rotate this object. So I will rotate like this. So now you see the cross. Now you see the cross emission over here. So I will rotate this object a little bit. So you need to take multiple duplicates. Before that I will go to my white AI standard, so I want to increase my emission rate much more, so I will give 3 or something, so that means it will give much emission, so I will give up to 5. So I think 3 is enough. Okay, it will give nice emission, so 5 is enough. So now you need to take a lot of duplicates, press Ctrl D and move over on this side, and press E to rotate. So and press Ctrl D and press W and move on this side, and press E and rotate like this. So here we have lot of duplicates over here, so I will duplicate and give some random rotation. Press Ctrl D and move on this side, and press E to rotate some randomness. So you need to take lot of duplicates, so and then you will keep far away, and also you need to rotate, and press Ctrl D and move on this side, and press E and rotate like this, and press Ctrl D and move on far away, and press E and rotate like this, and press Ctrl D and move on this side, and press E and rotate like this. So you need to take lot of duplicates, so that means it will looks like, it's called Speller 3D concept. So like this, I will move on this way and press E and rotate like this. So this is our basic idea of Speller 3D. So you need to take lot of duplicates. So like this, so I will make someone like this. So if you need to adjust your camera view, so I will adjust my camera view. I will tilt my camera a little bit to see all my objects, so I will zoom out a little bit. So like this, so I will scale a little bit big, press R and scale. So don't show the corner edge over here. Okay, this is our basic idea, so as we saw in this image, but here we have lot of noise, so I will zoom in a little bit. So see here we have lot of noise, so it will be cleaned by our render settings. Go to render settings. So I want to render the particular region, so I will shift and left mouse and click and drag to render the particular region. Go to Arnold Renderer. Here you need to give camera AA samples up to 6 or 8. So I need to increase my diffuse contribution, so otherwise it won't clear our noise in this plane. See here, it has lot of noise, so that means I will give 10 diffuse samples. Okay, now it's clean our render region over here because I increased my number of diffuse. But so I will zoom in a little bit. You didn't, so it didn't clean this glossy areas, so that means you need to increase our glossy samples. So before that I didn't want my refraction, so I didn't have any transparent object in our scene, so that means I will give refraction values to 0. So I didn't have any subsurface scattering, so I will give subsurface scattering to 0. But you need to increase our glossy samples to 10. So it will takes huge render time because I will increase my diffuse values to 10. So that means glossy values to 10 and camera AA samples to 8. So that means it will cause huge render time. So it's really important when you have some self-illuminated object, you need to increase the diffuse values and glossy values. It depends upon our scene. Okay, so now it's clean our glossy reflection over here. It will reduce lot of noise. So now we want to render this full region. Before that, I will take multiple duplicates for look like this. So I want to adjust my camera, so I will pause my video and come back again. So I want to take lot of duplicates and render the scene with camera AA samples to 10 and diffuse to 10 and glossy to 10. So that means it will give much higher quality and also take huge render time. So I will pause my video and make multiple duplicates and then render and come back again. Okay, so now I take lot of duplicates over here. So I will give my white AI standard to emission to 3, and also I set my render settings of in Arnold camera AA samples to 8, diffuse to 10, glossy to 10. So and my final render output is this. So it will clear lot of noise and it will look so real. So it will takes 25 to 30 minutes in my particular PC. So my PC configuration is 16 GB RAM and 3.10 GHz processor. So if you have low configuration PC, you need to reduce this camera AA samples to 5, diffuse to 5 and glossy to 5, and also you reduce lot of objects. Keep small duplicates like 10 or 15. So I will have up to 20 duplicates. So this is our final output. So I will save this file as a image color corrected in my desktop. So like this, self-illuminated. So I will preview my file. I hope you like it. I see you on next project. Click subscribe button to subscribe my YouTube channel for continue posting of Maya 2017 tutorials, and also give support to my YouTube channel for more creative course project for upload regular schedule. Click here to also watch the tutorial of how to create chrome, silver and aluminum material in Maya 2017 using Arnold Render Engine.